Alright, well, hey there, guys. Welcome back to the Depression Session channel. It is me, Weedman, and today I am coming at you guys with the definitive Zyn tier list. That's right, I'm going to be ranking every single flavor of Zyn that you can get in the continental US. And no matter how much I wish I could taste those black cherry Zyns, you gotta order them online from a different country, and I'm just not willing to do that. So these are all the Zyn flavors that you can currently get in the US. And personally, I have tried all but one of these flavors. I have tried every single flavor of Zyn on this list except for one, and that one is, as far as I'm aware, a pretty obvious one. The menthol Zyns. I never had an interest in them, just because menthol, like, how good could it be, you know? And plus, I kind of heard that they're like only for crackheads, like they're the worst flavor of Zyn, or at least that's just what I've heard online. So therefore, I've just never tried them. However, because I am so dedicated to bringing you guys the highest quality, the highest tier content that I can get you guys, I went out and I got myself a little something. I got myself some menthol Zins right here. Um, Now, I did not intend to get the 6 milligram. The guy at the gas station near my house, this is just what he grabbed, and I'm pretty sure he already hates me. So I wasn't about to bother him and be like, "Hey, yo, my boy, let me get the 3 milligrams and not the sixes." But I'm not a bitch, so I'm gonna go ahead and try a six. So not only is this my first menthol Zyn, but it's also my first 6 milligram. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna just go ahead and open this up, maybe do a little bit of ASMR for you guys. How was that for you guys? Did you guys like that? I don't know. Let's open this thing up. Oh, that new Zyn sound. Oh, look at that. All right, let me give it a smell test, if you will. It's actually not what I was expecting. I mean, it doesn't really taste like anything, but there is definitely something there. It kind of tastes like a Newport, which makes sense because those are menthol. So if you don't mind, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in the little upper deck right here. And I will go ahead and review these menthol Zins at the very, very last so we can see how these feel and how I like them. Cheers. Alright, so with my upper deck fully locked and loaded, let's get into the Zyn tier list. So first off, right out the gate, starting strong, we have the coffee Zins. Now, personally, I love coffee. I love coffee flavoring. My all-time favorite Puff Bar flavor was the cafe latte ones you can get like way back in the day, like 2018, 2019, before all the bans and all the fake shit came out. The coffee Puff Bars were my absolute shit, and so I absolutely love these coffee Zins. Um, I don't really like how they're brown. They kind of have a tendency to, like, I don't think they fuck up your teeth like snooze or snus does. But they do still have a color to them, which is a little bit worrisome. I don't try to have these too often because I don't want my teeth to turn brown. However, I love the taste. It's very fucking phenomenal. For that, I gotta give it S. I know, starting off strong, very first one, starting off S. Do not worry, not all of these will be S. Alright, now next we have the Chills In. Now, I haven't had these in a fat minute. These were the second or third flavor I'd ever had. So very early on in my zinning career. Now, at first, when I was kind of mulling over the idea for this tier list, like where I would rank things and what, originally I was thinking like, oh, well, Smooth and Chill are going to be at the very, very bottom because, like, they don't have any flavor. Why would I like them? But just today, I was having some motherfucking some citrus ones, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of having the same flavor over and over, just all day, every day for the same hour. And I mean, maybe it's just the citrus ones are kind of like strong, but I'm kind of getting tired of mint. I'm kind of getting tired of citrus. I could get a coffee or cinnamon or something like that, which we'll cover those later. But I was thinking how nice it would be just to have a flavorless Zin. And the only two flavor Zins that I'm aware of, or at least that are on this list, is Chill and Smooth. And between the two, honestly, it's really hard to say because sometimes I want a Zin that's a little bit cold, but sometimes I don't want to feel the Zin at all. I just want to feel the little buzz, you know what I mean? However, I think if I had to pick between a Smooth Zin or a chill Zin, I would probably pick the chill Zin a little bit more just because it does have that added little zing to it of the chill, you know what I mean? So for that reason, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A tier. I think A tier is a pretty good one for these. I know a lot of people will put them lower because again, there's no flavor, but I think every now and again, a nice flavorless Zin would be top notch. Okay, so I just tasted the menthol for the first time. That's weird. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Like, I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but I don't know. It tastes like I'm sucking on a Newport. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like lit. I'm just like sucking on it. I don't know. It's very weird. Also, I'm really feeling the 6 milligrams in my lip. This shit is tingling. All right, so next we have Cool Mint. Now, there's a lot of mint flavors for Zin. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4 mint Zin flavors. Now, Cool Mint is a very, like, the best way I could describe it is a very, like, dental kind of mint. Like, it kind of tastes like that, like, mint stuff that the dentists put on your teeth after you get a cleaning. Now, personally, I kind of like it. I wasn't expecting it to be that artificial. It's a very artificial tasting mint. So for that reason, it's not my favorite flavor of mint by far, but it's also not my least favorite. Now these are actually the last ones I had before I opened up the citrus and the menthol ones. And I enjoyed it. It was pretty nice. It would really like... Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Anyway. Ugh. What the fuck is that? I'm getting this like sour, like not like Sour Patch Kids sour, but just like dirty sour. I don't know how the hell to describe that, but it's like a dirty sour. Maybe it's the 6 milligrams, but I don't think so. I think it's just the menthol flavor, and woo, everything just fucking focused up for me really quickly. Yeah, I don't know about these ones, boys. I really don't. Anyway, on to the Cool Mint. So as I was saying, it's a very artificial mint flavor, and I do quite like it. I do. It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite. And to that point, I think I gotta give it B. It's a pretty good middle of the road Zin. If you're considering trying Zin, it wouldn't be my first option, but if it's what your homie has or whatever, I would recommend it. It's pretty good. It is a very artificial mint flavor, so keep that in mind if you don't like that sort of artificial taste, that like dental kind of mint. I would avoid it, but personally, I kind of enjoyed it, but not as much as some others, so I gotta go ahead and put it in B. Alright, now next we have the Citrus Zins. Now, I know I did just kind of talk some shit on the Citrus Zins, saying that I was kind of getting tired of the flavor, and that it can be a little bit too much at times, and it's very, very, like, kind of kicks you in the face a little bit. I kind of like that, honestly, and these were the first ever Zins I had ever tried. These were the very first flavor I had. I remember the first time I ever had one, I was driving to my girlfriend's house. I had stopped at the smoke shop on the way because one of my coworkers had been talking about these. Like, you know what? And I'd also seen them online, but I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And so I stopped. I got a 3 milligram of the Citrus Zin. I popped that bitch in and I started to drive. And let me tell you, that is the most focused I had ever been. I was predicting stoplights. I was predicting what other cars were doing before they moved. I was like, that guy's going to switch lanes. And he switched lanes. It was wild. And because these were my very first ones, they will always have kind of a soft spot in my heart, if you will. But ignoring all that aside, going purely off of flavor, looking at other ones on this list, there are definitely more that I would prefer to get over it, such as the coffee. But I do get these, or I will get these every now and again, just to kind of switch things up, because I did get a little tired of mint flavors, because I went from Wintergreen to Peppermint to Cool Mint to Spearmint. So I was kind of minted out. So I picked up some citrus ones just to kind of switch things up, and it was pretty nice. I'm not going to lie to you. However, I can't really pound these things all day like I can some of the other flavors. So for that reason, you know, I think I got to put an A, because for the non-mint flavored Zins, it's pretty good. It's alright. It's, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it an A. I'm going to leave it an A. I think that's pretty fair. It's not the best. It's by far not a coffee, you know what I mean? But I do like it. I do quite enjoy it. It's pretty refreshing, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it an A. Now next we have the Spearmint. Now the Spearmint is not what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be kind of the sugary sweet kind of spearmint that you get from like a gum. I was expecting like gum spearmint, you know what I mean? However, it's a lot more of a like natural kind of like spearmint tea flavor. So it's a lot more herbal, a lot more natural than I was expecting. And honestly, I I pretty much like that. I really do like that. Now, I don't think it is the best mint flavor that there is, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it above the chill, just because I would prefer, it does have a taste to it, you know what I mean, other than the chill, which is just kind of cold. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in high A, just because, again, it is my second favorite mint flavor. And it's a lot more herbal and a lot more natural, so I do like it. Now, next we have the Smooth Zin. Now, the Smooth Zin is flavorless. It's basically just like the chill, except I don't know if there's anything added to it. Like, I think there might be something that makes it smoother so it's not as, like, tingly or doesn't burn your throat as much. However, I didn't really enjoy these too much just because, again, it's just a flavorless Zin, and where's the fun in that? So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in B, below Cool Mint. Just because, you know, I'm not going to put it in C or D just because, again, sometimes it is nice to have non-flavors, but I would prefer pretty much any of the other ones to this, especially the chill. If I were to go for a non-flavored Zin, I would go ahead and put it in chill. Or sorry, wow. If I were to pick a non-flavored Zin, I would pick chill. Honestly, you know what? Just for sake of the tier list, I think I do got to bump it down to C. Yeah, just because looking at the list, I don't think I'll have anything. I'm not going to have too many low here because I love these fucking things. So if it pains me to rank things anything lower than a B, but for sake of variety on the tier list, I got to go ahead and put it in C. Now, next we have the Peppermint. Now, the Peppermint is probably my least favorite mint Zin color flavor. Sorry. The 6 milligrams kind of fucking with me if you couldn't tell. So again, I was expecting like that sort of like sugary sweet peppermint that you get from like a peppermint ice cream or like a candy cane or whatever. So I was expecting these to be a lot more sweet than they were. And to me, it just tasted really artificial and fake, and I didn't really like it too much. Now, granted, I had just come off of the Wintergreens, which I will talk about next. So that is probably why. And as I went through the puck, I did enjoy it more and more, but however, I think I gotta put it in C, honestly, just because, like, out of all the mint flavors, this is probably my least favorite, just because I was really disappointed with the peppermint flavor. I'm granted, I am pretty particular about my peppermint flavoring, surprisingly, I know, but I just didn't like it too much. I was kind of disappointed by it. I will probably get them again in the future just to see it, and I might even make an updated list. I don't know. But I gotta put it in C because out of all the mint flavors, it's my least favorite. Now, next, we have Wintergreen. Now, anyone who has ever had a Wintergreen Zin knows exactly where this is going on the list. It is going in S tier. Hate me if you want. No one's going to hate me for this opinion. They're simply just the best. I'm sorry. I really don't know what you want me to tell you. These things, they taste exactly like those little white lifesavers that you get. They're so fucking good. I love these things. I had a puck of these things, and I was going through these like no one's goddamn business. No joke. I was doing these way too much. And it got to the point that I was like, okay, I need to chill on these things, and I got to open up my peppermint one. Because if I didn't, I probably would have finished the whole puck in like less than a week. It was bad. It was crazy. So I'm not going to get these a lot because they're too good. That's the problem with these. They're too good. And because they're too good, I'm kind of tempted to put them lower on the list, but I cannot. It would be a cardinal sin to put it anything lower than S. So for those reasons laid out, it's the best flavor of Zin. It's going in S tier. Top tier. If you have not tried these, what the hell are you doing with your life? Buy these right now. All right, now next we have the cinnamon Zins. Now I know a lot of people don't like these cinnamon Zins because they're very strong cinnamon taste. But personally, I like cinnamon. Cinnamon's a really good flavor. There is a point where it is too much, and when I first tried these, it was a little bit too much. Now, funny story about these ones, actually. The way I had acquired these, because I heard about them, and I couldn't find them at any store near me, right? However, I had a friend that was a manager at a smoke shop, so he could order whatever he wanted, and he said he had cinnamon Zins. And even better, he said he can get it to me for free. So I was like, hey man, hook me up, please. And boy, did he. I was expecting just to get one puck, and that was it. However, the only way to get it for free was to mark it as damaged. In order to mark one as damaged, you had to mark an entire log as damaged. So I had 6 or 7 of these. I don't remember how many come in a log, but I had these things for a couple months straight. And I did get kind of tired of the cinnamon Zins, so I haven't had them in a while because I'm giving them a break. Here's a little reference photo for you guys, just so you know I'm not lying about the whole log of these. So I had these for a couple months, but after by the end of my first puck, I was like, I love these things so much. However, by the end of the 7th one, I was like, I need something else. These are still a really good flavor for me. I personally like the cinnamon, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in S. I'm gonna put them below the coffee because I think the coffee is just a better taste. Granted, I might be biased because again, I had a whole log of these straight. I didn't have any other flavors until I got to the end of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in low S tier. All right, now finally we have the menthol zins. Now, I've been having this for about 15-20 minutes. So not enough to get like the full effect of it. However, right off rip, I don't really like these too much. They taste weird. They taste funny. They don't really taste good to me. I don't think I will ever get these again. I am kind of liking it right now, but I do think that is only because I have the 6 milligram, and I don't really feel the 3 milligrams as much anymore. Like I'll just pop it in, and I'll get a little bit, but it's nothing. It's nothing crazy. However, it's not as strong as I thought it was gonna be, which isn't isn't a good thing because that means my tolerance is getting higher, and I do not want to have a problem with these things. Even though I probably already do, seeing as I'm making a goddamn tier list about them. But just going off of taste and flavor alone, I gotta put them D. They're just they're not that good. It's a weird taste. I mean, if you like the taste of menthol, go right ahead. If this is your thing, knock yourself out. Someone's gotta buy these, and they keep selling them, so I'm sure there's a market for them somewhere. But they're going in low D for me. Hate me if you want. I don't think anyone will hate me for this opinion either. They're kind of trash. They're not as bad as I was expecting. Granted, like I was expecting to hate these things to spit it out. Primarily because of 6 milligram, I was worried it would be a little bit too much for me, but it turns out it's not. I still don't think I'll ever buy these again. So they're staying in D. So this has been the definitive Zin flavor tier list. So just a little recap: in S tier, we have Wintergreen, best flavor, coffee, and cinnamon. I love these two, but Wintergreen takes it home. In A, we have Spearmint, Chill, and Citrus. In B, we have Cool Mint, C, Peppermint, and Smooth. And in D, Menthol. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty standard tier list, except for cinnamon and maybe coffee. I don't think these two, I don't really see these ever really hitting an S. I see these a lot in like B and A, maybe C for the cinnamon. C for cinnamon. But these are my personal favorites, personal favorite flavors. I love these things so much. Again, hate me if you want. I don't care. My personal opinion, definitive tier list for Zins. Now, if you don't agree, feel free to comment down below. Tell me that my Zin flavoring ideals or whatever you want to call it is trash. Comment down below. I'll fight you. So that'll go ahead and do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back this Friday at 12 p.m. for a gaming video. Come back next Monday at 12 p.m. for another podcast. And come back here next week on Wednesday at 12 p.m. for another variety video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video.